1989, what an incredible year. We had the release of the Game Boy, we had the fall of the Berlin Wall, the rise of David Hasselhoff, and the age of the Speedo, which was also accompanied by Baywatch, The Simpsons, and even Like a Virgin by Madonna. And also, just to top it off, the birth of the one and the only Taylor Swift. But it was also an incredible year for slap bass. We had Billy Gould with Faith No More. We had Mark King with Level 42. We even had Prince. Well, that was 1989, but it wasn't slap bass. Luckily, this is. Oh, yeah. But in this video, I'm going to be focused on the first slap bass line that I ever learned. And I learned it wrong. And don't tell anybody, but I've taught it wrong on this channel before. The album was Mother's Milk, the band was the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and the track was Higher Ground. Listen to how compressed that bass is. Look, and before we go any further, just in case you do not know, this isn't a Chili Peppers track originally. It was done by Stevie Wonder, and here he is in all of his glory, laying it down. So check it out. There's actually two sections to this bass line. There's the intro, and then there's the where the drums come in. There's that whole section, and they're actually slightly different. And this is where I've gone wrong in the past. I've always thought it was all the way through. It isn't. There's some cool stuff in there. I really highly recommend that you grab the PDF down below. I will link to it in the description, and it'll have this specific pattern written out so you can follow along as we're doing it, okay? It's an incredible line if you're just starting out, getting into slap. I wouldn't say this is a beginner's slap bass line, but if you're getting into, slap for the first time, it's going to be really cool. I would just focus on that first section. I wouldn't worry about the bit after that because it's all based on octaves, right? We've got this. Now, when you're practicing that, what you want to do to begin with is forget about actually playing any notes, because this thing down here is actually a distraction. It's this that you want to be focused on, just the movement of the right hand, or the left hand if you're a lefty. Okay, now what I'm going to do is put a metronome on and actually play along with this so you can check it out in action. So to begin with, we're just going to have, so thumb, thumb, pluck, thumb. So that's the first section, thumb, thumb, pluck, thumb. And then we've got ba, 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 ba. Now it's slightly different the second time round. It's something, I always used to play that wrong as well. So we've got thumb, thumb, pluck, thumb, bom, bom, bam, bom, bom, bam, thumb, thumb, pluck, thumb, 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 pluck. Pluck, thumb. Again, download that PDF so you've got it, okay? Now what I'm going to do is play along with the metronome, just that pattern. When you're trying to play this line, you might want to begin with just just to get the movement down, just down here. And remember, we're not doing this. I'm actually rotating the hand, just like you would grab a doorknob and you would rotate your arm like that. I'm going to hold this part of my arm. The rotation there in the forearm, same deal. And relaxation is key here as well. You've got to be relaxed. As soon as you feel yourself stiffening up and tensing up, you've lost it, okay? Just take 30 seconds, decompress, okay? Stop thinking about Hasselhoff in them Speedos. Get yourself sorted, then pick up the bass, and let's go in. So with that said, let me put on the metronome and get into it. Here we go, 120 BPM. 3, 4. Try and work to 120 BPM to begin with, and then you're going to push that to about 130. That's where the track's at. Now, once you've got that down and you've got the motion of the right hand, then it's time to involve the left hand. Sorry, I'm discriminating again against the lefties, right? Sorry, all you left-handers out there, but you know what I'm saying, right? And it's all in octaves, so it's E, and then we've got the octave of the E, we've got G, And then we've got the octave of the G, and then we've got the A, and then the octave, you got it, of the A. And it's just, that's the first time round. The second time round, this pattern is slightly different. It's going, yeah, so first time round, slowly. Up to speed, it sounds like this. So that's the first section, which is the intro, right? But once the band starts playing, it changes a little bit because there's some super cool lines that I completely missed. Let me play them with the metronome so you can hear what it sounds like in real time, and then we'll break it down. I'll show you what's happening. So it's similar, but slightly different. You've got this. So that stays the same. Then the next time round, so that's a little line. It goes from the G, you hammer onto the A, then you play the B, yeah? And then we've got A, G, and then to that open E again.
Okay, so I love YouTube, you probably love YouTube, but let's be honest. It's not the best platform for in-depth teaching.
Enter the SBL Academy. At SBL, we break down the bass with a curriculum-driven approach that spans from complete beginner level to super advanced. We also cover all kinds of genres, skills, and techniques, all brought to you by world-class bass instructors. And best of all, you can get started today for free at trysbl.com.
Now, you might want to just take that section and practice it with the metronome. So once you've got that down, there's then another last little bit that you need, okay? So the first part is, check it out. Okay, so it's just D, D flat, open E, hammer on to the A, so then hammer the, or should I say, thump the G, and then on the open E, so. And again, you can take that and loop it around to get it under your fingers, and it'll sound something like this. And then you get the entire section and put it together, and hopefully it'll sound a little bit like this. So that's kind of the whole essence of the line, and I could leave you here, but there's also another really fun way of playing it. Shout out to Mr. Ian Martin Allison here who taught me it, and it's using the open hammer pluck. It gives you the essence of the line, but for me, it feels a little more fluid when I'm playing it, and in many ways it's easier. So check it out. So you can play it like the original, but if you wanted to, you could do something like this. So I'm going open, hammer, pluck. Open, hammer, pluck. Okay, you saw me use it on the chromatic run up as well. Loads of people use this. Victor Wooten, Brian Bromberg, all of those. Because you can do it super fast. And really with this hand, you're just going. It's super fun to do and it feels nice to play as well. But when it comes to this line, that first section, I'm just going thumb, left hand slap, thumb, open D, hammer, and then the low E. So let's loop that round so you can find out, where the groove is. And then you get that. And then you link these bits into it. So it goes just like this. Super fun. Before you go anywhere, remember that I've done a workbook for you. It's got all of the tab and notation of Flea's way that he played it and also this way as well. So if you want to check that out, again, the link is down below in the description and it's completely free. With that said, I'll see you next time in the shed.